Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans potentially signing four-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro, and a Houstonian himself. And looking at his Football Reference, has a really cool birthday, which is coming up soon. He'll be 31 in a month. July 4th is his birthday. That has to be really cool to have your birthday on July 4th. But I'm talking about Xavien Howard, who was cut due to his contract, his very, very high contract with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins had to clear some cap space, and Xavien Howard, who's was great from 2018 to 2021. In these last two seasons, he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been good. He hasn't been as good as the money he's being paid, and not only that, but what he was doing before. So 2023, he played 13 games. He had one interception. He had 45 tackles, one tackle for loss, which isn't terrible. 2022, he was a Pro Bowler. He had one interception, playing corner, left corner, 12. He had 12 passes deflected. He had two fumble recoveries, which he returned for 16 yards and one touchdown. He had 45 tackles and one tackle for loss. That's not bad. He had a defensive touchdown with two fumble recoveries, and he had an interception as well. 2021 was a really solid season for him. Was a Pro Bowler, 16 games, 16 starts, 5 interceptions, 54 yards returned, one touchdown, one pick six. He also had 16 passes deflected. He had two forced fumbles, two fumble recoveries for 51 yards and one touchdown. So total recap, he had two defensive touchdowns, which the yards he returned on both interceptions and fumbles combined for 105 yards. He also had two forced fumbles, and then he had a sack as well, which is only one of two sacks of his career, and he had 50 tackles. 2020 was his best year of his career, though. He played 16 games with 16 starts, 10 interceptions, 77 yards, returned on those 10 interceptions. He had 20 passes deflected, which is the most in any season of his career. He had one forced fumble, 0 fumble recoveries, 51 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. So he's been great for Miami since he was drafted in 2016. And I look at the Texans right now. I look at the defensive, the defensive side of the ball, and two guys I really would love to see the Texans bring in. Saying this, I might. I don't know if the Texans can afford to bring these two guys in, but I feel like, it's June. They're still haven't been signed. I do believe the Texans can afford to bring these two guys in at the defensive side of the ball. I'd love to see the Houston Texans make two signing additions to this defense, which I think would take this defense where it needs to go. I'd love to see the Texans add in Xavien Howard and pair him next to Derek Stingley Jr. at the cornerback position. And I'd love to see the Texans sign Quandre Diggs, another Pro Bowler, a 3-time Pro Bowler, and pair him next to Jalen Petrie and Jimmy Ward at the safety position. Not only these two guys Pro Bowlers and really good at what they do on the defensive side of the ball, really two really good defensive players. Great at coverage. Great. Both guys are interception freaks, and but that's not it. Both of these guys are Houstonians. That's one of the reasons. That's a big reason why I'd love to see these two guys join the Texans, because not only are they. It's not just that they're Houstonians. They're great players, and they're at positions that we need some help at in the secondary, at cornerback and safety. So I'd love to see the Texans not only sign Xavien Howard, but also sign Quandre Diggs. And the reason why the reason I'm talking about this Xavien Howard potential signing right now is because there was an article on Bleacher Report that was top 20 free agents available, and one of them, of course, was Xavien Howard, because he is a top 20 free agent available. He's probably a top 5 right now, and for every free agent out of all 20 of them, they had best fits, and the best fit for Xavien Howard listed was the Houston Texans, and I totally agree with that. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing for the Texans in the comment section, and peace out.